Treasurer Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter, Monday mornings at 11:30 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
The Talk of Chicago is 1690 WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show, Chicago.
Rise and shine. It's the Wake Up Show, where every sunrise is a call to action. Powered by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, we are the champions of change, advocating for diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility in the world of corporate and government contracting. It's not just a show, it's a movement. So get ready for a dynamic journey as we wake up the world to a new era of opportunities and empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, President Larry Ivory.
Good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up Show Chicago on WVON, sponsored by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Although President Larry Ivory was introduced, I am MC Pearson from 25 Mike Printing. This is an awesome day because we have an awesome topic. But first of all, we want to let you know, we want to give our condolences to our founder, yes, President Larry Ivory of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, who is also the chairman of the National Black Chamber of Commerce. We're giving out our condolences. He's not able to be here with us on today because he is celebrating the life of his mother who passed away on this past week. And, we're sending out prayers and, we loving on the family and just keeping them in our thoughts and everything, But we do have here on today my two co-hosts who are going to rock the mic with me on today. Let me introduce the incomparable Miss Gail Newcomb of Gail Newcomb, Your Business Expert. How you doing on this morning?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, MC. I'm doing good. God is good. So, yes, I am the owner of Gail Newcomb, Your Business Expert in Newcomb Consulting. So I'm here with Mike and Lord Mike. So,
and then of course, I would be remiss if I did not talk about my partner in crime, Mr. Lord Mike. What you got for us, Lord Mike?
Hey, peace and blessings to the true and living. This is a beautiful day that the Most High has brought for us today. Yeah. And we're going to be having some great conversation. I'm really looking forward to one of my favorite topics. And I have a lot of them because we do a lot of significant and impactful things here at the Illinois State Black Chamber. But today we're going to be touching down on, amongst other things, Lobby Day. It's going to be up on us soon. We want everybody to plug in. When I say we are in Springfield in full force, we put about, between 200 and 300 Black-owned business boots on the ground, storm the Capitol, do some great things, and then we wrap it up and have a great time together. So I'm looking forward to having some conversation on that and getting everybody else engaged with the conversation too. So the lines are already open, MC.
Yes, 773-591-1690. And you can also catch us on YouTube and on Facebook. Now, listen, the stuff we're going to be sharing on today, shame on you if you don't share it with somebody. You need to be sharing this on, you need to be taking the link from YouTube and taking the link from Facebook and sharing it on your timeline because you're stingy if you're not giving out this information on today. But hold on, Lord Mike. You said storm the Capitol.
I know.
I'm going to bag off a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say something on that. That's right. That's not the right word to use anymore.
Well, when we and I get it in this age of political correctness and being sensitive to what's going on these days in the political and socio-political climate stuff. I get that, but when I say it, all of my connotations are positive, and I'm definitely talking about bringing our voice in full force because sometimes it's suppressed. A lot of times it's suppressed, and they don't want to hear what we have to say, let alone plug us in where we really know we should be plugged in at. So we don't take no for an answer. We get down and we stay down 10 toes.
All right. That sounds better than storm. That's all we saying.
I know that's right. So you know what? Let's break something down. Yes. Since we're at the beginning of the show, let's talk about the beginning of what even is Lobby Day, because I hear people thinking, I don't know what Lobby Day is. How does this impact me? Why should I be a part of it? Because we didn't heard those key words. So first of all, somebody break down for me exactly what is Lobby Day. What's the whole purpose of it? And what does that even look like?
Well, I know I was privileged to have both of your company, in our last session last year there, and I would love for Gail, if you could tell me what you experienced at Lobby Day, and then I can always come back and give kind of like an official, you know.
That. So, yes, last year, Lobby Day was, I don't remember the date or the month, sorry.
It was in April, I believe.
April. All right. So we drove down to Springfield. We had a agenda to meet with IDOT, Capitol building, and a few others. And so we got a chance to sit down with the commissioners, get an outline plan of what they were planning on doing over the next year to 2 to 3 years. But we also got a chance to interject how we feel about, are there enough Black-owned businesses participating, women-owned businesses, of course, and to give our opinion, and hopefully they would take that in to do some changes. I know over the years, Larry has been going back and forth to Springfield, meeting with various people, and I know some great changes have happened, but there are still other changes that needs to happen. So for me, I thought it was a great experience. Got a chance to network, of course, with people, and just to make sure our voices are being heard in Springfield. That's my take, LM.
And to keep it 100, Gail and MC, having the both of you bring your professional expertise to the stage with us, you really help to make it that much more special of a Lobby Day, especially considering that, it wasn't our first return to it, but,
Yes.
since COVID and that whole pandemic, there was a lot of, we weren't able to do the hands-on and the face-to-face piece, So you touched on some of the agencies, the assist agencies, the state agencies that
Mhm.
we, excuse me, that we met with, and when we talk about lobbying, it's in a nutshell, it's going to see and meet directly with the legislators and the political operatives and the state agencies that really control the money, that control the business, and control the
True.
money in Illinois. And we're a business centric organization. So it's not that we don't have some social agenda, but all of our agenda really is steeped in diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, especially for Black-owned businesses. Okay, so when you mentioned going to meet with the Capital Development Board, who has one of the biggest spends in the state,
Yes, they do.
Central Management Services, HFS, IDOT, Secretary of State, Department of Innovation and Technology, right, Department of Labor, of course. The different components of the government's office. And we met with the governor many times. We haven't had a chance to really get face to face with the current governor yet, and I'm hoping that we can really get him to sit down with us and to talk with us, because when we bring the agenda, we're being sure that the pro-Black business agenda is infused into what the state's perspective, right? And I'm not going to go too deep because I know we're coming up against a break here. Yeah. So I could elaborate a whole lot more. It's a great day, but we need people to get engaged. And we'll be talking about it more here as the show progresses.
Get ready to wake up to the pulse of progress as we amplify voices, break barriers, and illuminate the path towards a more inclusive tomorrow. Follow us across the socials at The Wake Up Show Chicago. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It's The Wake Up Show every Saturday morning at 9, where change begins with every sunrise.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show Chicago.
Welcome to the future of energy. Mark your calendars for February 29, 2024 for the Clean Energy Business Summit at Malcolm X College in Chicago. Discover
Are we queued up for Terry next?
Event. Immerse yourself in cutting-edge insights exploring AI application in clean energy technology. for Clean Energy Business Summit 2024. Join us at the forefront of the clean energy revolution. The future is here, and it's green. Clean Energy Business Summit 2024, powering tomorrow today.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Show Chicago on WVON. We are sponsored by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. And if you want to call in and participate in this conversation, our phone number is 773-591-1690. And you can find us on Facebook and on YouTube. Now, you know what? I know we're talking about the lobby day that the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce is organizing for us, but there's something else special that the chamber has organized as well. And you know what, Gail? I don't want to take your thunder. Why don't you go and tell us about this other awesome event that is coming up for the chamber?
All right. So in October of 2025, we're going to have our first business cruise getaway, and we are going to one of the wonders of the world, Alaska. And so we get an opportunity to see some of the beautiful scenery. We're on a boat for 7 days. I was able to strike a deal for the chamber, and we have airfare. We got ground transportation, unlimited beverage package, because we know people like to drink on their off time.
Kool-Aid.
All right. Yeah,
unlimited Kool-Aid.
Unlimited Kool-Aid, as well as margaritas and everything else. We're doing a 2-night specialty dinner for our group at the Ocean View level. We also have all our government tax, free internet.
Wait. You said the 2-night special dinner. So that's like when you go on the cruise and they say, this is the restaurant you can eat at. But see, you see that other one over there that you got to pay extra for. It's special.
Yes.
You say we get that now.
We're not paying for anything regardless.
All right.
Everything is covered on the cruise. So I broke up packages. We have ocean view cabins, we have balcony cabins, and then we have the customary, kind of under the water cabins.
Well, they're the inward facing cabinets.
Okay, inward facing cabins. So yes. So basically what we're going to be doing is, while we're on the cruise, we're going to be having networking events. Right now we have 2 networking events. The very first day that you're there's going to be a networking event where everyone is introduced. Larry is going to be giving some information, as well as myself and the rest of the team who are a part of this program. We are planning on having a comedy show while we're there, but I don't want to give away everything. Everyone needs to just be there. The packages are 15% discount. So at balcony level, you get $44,344 for 2. At Ocean View level, it's $36.72 for 2 people. And at interior level is $31.02 for 2 people. Right now, we have a special where you can put $150 deposit down until February the 31st. It has been moved to February the 31st. So there is a deposit that you can put down, and it covers for the cabin.
February 31st.
February the 31st.
Okay.
So I know on the original flyer that went out, we said the 23rd, but it is going to be February the 20th. I'm sorry, the 29th. Well, I don't know who made that flyer up. We don't have to check him, right, Mike?
Designers
MC gonna handle it.
Designers and proofreaders are 2 different people. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
So we want to see every business owner that is a part of the chamber, who think they want to be a part of the chamber, to come in. We're going to have companies coming in. They will be talking. You get a chance to network with the person that you need to meet to get you on a contract. They're going to be there, as well as all the beautiful faces of chamber members. And so it's going to be a great time. We're going to leave plenty of time for excursions for you to get off the cruise ship and sightsee. But we also have a lot of things planned on the cruise.
I'm excited about the fact that, this cruise is going to have there, and we're going to have dedicated time to really pick their brains, really network, find out what type of opportunities that we have for our businesses. And then at the same time, we're going to get a chance to kick back, and we're going to get some some well needed R&R.
That is
Yeah,
true, MC.
it's a
That
great
is
venue.
true.
It's a great venue,
What
and
you
I would
say?
add that we'll be doing that at a great venue. Going, seeing the sights and everything in each other's faces,
Yes,
and
it
I,
is. A
I,
lot of
I
people don't realize the beautiful uh, ocean views that we're going to see. We're going to depart from Seattle and we are going to cruise. The first night we're on the cruise, and we're actually going to have a networking event that very day going into the dinner. And then that's where everybody gets the opportunity to really get a chance to see each other at another level.
So here's a cool thing, right? Gail was we have this great discount that the cruise line is giving us. So
Yes.
all the people who register, what's the date about it? The date that we got to register in order to get the discount?
February the 29th.
All right. So it's the end of the month, right? And if we register by then, the cruise line is going to match our deposit. So you deposit 150, they're going to deposit 150, and they're going to match our deposits. But
Correct.
let me tell you a little known secret that I discovered. If you also tell the cruise line that you're a veteran,
thank you for your service.
you get an additional 10%
That
off
is
the
right,
cruise.
MC.
So we're talking
Yes.
about anywhere from $300 to $400 additional that you're going to get off if you're a
That
veteran.
is correct.
And so all you got to do is verify yourself with the website ID Me, which is what I had to do. And you know what? That takes care of it all. But you know what? Let's loop this back around. Just like the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce is putting together this cruise event for us to rest and relax, but also get this great networking in. That's the reason that the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, I just like saying that, but I don't say it quite like Buddy Love. And if he's listening, he's probably mad at me right now.
The Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
Okay.
she got a special delivery there herself. I feel you now.
All right.
So the chamber puts together this lobby day because, in essence, it's bringing together all of these Black-owned businesses with one voice. See, when you show up to the state capitol as a singular person, they don't really hear you.
Correct.
But when you walk in with 200-300 business owners, we take these business owners and we divide them up. Some go and talk with IDOT. Some go and talk with Department of Labor, so forth and so on. You show up with these numbers, they sit up and they pay attention. I remember sitting next to President Ivory when we were talking to IDOT, and a lot of small businesses don't understand. When President Biden signed the $1.7 trillion infrastructure program bill, he then signed an executive order called the Justice 40 Initiative that said 40% of that 1.7 trillion has to be spent with minority-owned businesses that look like us.
Correct.
And I sat next to President Ivory, and I saw him, and he said this: who is over your Justice 40 initiative, making sure that President Biden's executive order is being executed in the state of Illinois? And they said, you know what? We got this person right here. This is the person that you're going to interface with. And so, the chamber brings those things to the table, because before that moment, I had no idea how to access those funds. I had no idea who it is that you call, that you talk to, that you find out what type of qualifications do I need, what type of certifications do I need. I did not know who that was. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that is one of the reasons that we come together for Lobby Day, and why it is so important for you to participate in the Lobby Day this year.
And we want to also let you know, you might say, well, I don't do work with IDOT or with any of the other areas that you name. But see, this is what you don't realize. Every area of business, there is a agency, right, LM?
Absolutely.
That coincide to that in Springfield. So President Ivory can make arrangements for more meetings to be made for the areas that you need. So I had someone hit me up already about the beauty industry and some of the issues that they're having in that area. And so I've already let him know we have to make sure that we hit that department up. And so you want to make sure you're engaged with the chamber. You don't get that if you're just somebody who say, I want to come, but you're not a member. So you got to make sure that you're paying your dues. You have to make sure that you're networking. We have great networking events while we're here. We just had one. You get an opportunity to talk to President Ivory or even one of us, our LM, that could be able to help so that we can make sure your information, the questions you have, get answered.
And Gail, that's a fantastic point when you say you need to be a member, you need to be a card carrying member in good standing with the chamber, because when we invite the open black business public, and it's not just black businesses, but obviously we're speaking for black business interests, black owned business interests. So we encourage every black owned business to participate. But even though lobby day is generally open and we welcome everyone to come and put their boots on the ground with us, everybody can't get into the highest executive level sessions. For example, if we're talking with the governor, okay, there's only going to be a select number of people that they're going to even allow in there for security reasons, and for just to make sure that posterity is maintained, right, and
Of
decorum is
course.
maintained.
So, yes, I
Okay?
know
But
I
when
was
you,
blessed to be able to go in when we had the other
Mhm,
governor. I met with him with Larry, and we took some great pictures, but
mhm,
more importantly, we were discussing business that was crucial to Black business owners, and
yeah,
that's what we
real,
want to do with this new governor.
absolutely,
And
real
you,
deal interfacing.
and you
I'm
know
sorry.
what? And you know what? Here's the other reason that lobby day is so important. It's important for the networking. We had I was just and I don't want to preface I don't want to take the thunder out of something that we got to talk about in a little while, but we had a gentleman on here that we interviewed a few episodes back. And you guys should really be going on our YouTube channel and checking out old episodes because that information is very, very relevant.
Okay.
But we had Mitchell Johnson, who we interviewed, maybe Reverend Mitchell Johnson, that we
Yes.
interviewed a few months ago. And one of the things that he was talking about is the fact that businesses need to partner with each other. The government is looking for small businesses to partner with one another and or partner with larger firms in order to get some of this money.
Yes.
So, when we're at lobby day, that's an opportunity to meet other businesses that you can link up with so that you can get to those things. So we're going to be right back after this commercial. So what we want to talk about right now is, at the top of as we come out of every commercial, we're talking about other things that the chamber is a part of, that the chamber is helping to put on. And so one of the things that the chamber is partnering in on is the Clean Energy Summit. See, the chamber is always trying to help bring small businesses to the table, give you a seat in the room at the table. And so, you know what? I can't imagine anybody better to talk about the Clean Energy Summit than our very own Miss Terry Simmons. Miss Terry Simmons, come
all right.
this morning. What's going on, Miss Simmons?
Friends, Mike and Gail and Lord Mike, how are you this wonderful morning?
We are
great. Well,
always better when we hear from you.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you allowing me to come on this morning. I really like the conversation. I like the fact that you guys keeping it a little bit biblical here. You're helping folks understand that they need a plan. There's a biblical saying, you write the vision and you make it plain. So part of your planning and your strategy for growth for your business, we have, in partnership with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, the first ever Clean Energy Business Summit that's coming up at Malcolm X College on February the 29th. For a small investment into your business, you have the potential to get your products and goods into one of the Chicago airports, to secure a multi-million-dollar contract with corporations, federal and state agencies, or you just might land a really good partnership or gain some new clients or customers, or even maybe an investor with us on February the 29th. And then there's some free stuff there, you guys. We have free parking, we have free workshops, free tools, free information, and then we have one-on-one matchmaking. I heard you guys talk about lobby day and opportunities for businesses. So at matchmaking on the 29th, business can sit down one-on-one and talk to all of these agencies and share with them what they do, and they just may land a contract. So Mike, Gail, and Lord Mike, we look forward to having you and all of the businesses throughout the state of Illinois at the Clean Energy Business Summit, because we're going to have all the utilities there. We're going to have the airport. We're going to have the federal agencies, and you guys are going to be there. So come out and share with us on the 29th.
I know that's right. Terry, I heard you say matchmaking. So is that speed dating? Is that what that is?
Just about,
Can you unpack that for me, please?
It is speed dating. It's where you get a contract, but it's
right on.
Yes, it is speed business dating, Mike. That's what
right.
I call it. It's speed business dating, yes. Where you get to meet and share about what you do, and you get to do that one-on-one, so you can really engage and start to cultivate and build that relationship, which leads to opportunities. So thank you, Mike and Gail and Lord Mike, so much for letting me come on today. And we look forward to all the businesses being there. And if they want to know more about matchmaking and they want to know about what they need to do to prepare, they can contact us at 630-526-1065, or they can go to info@strategicexceptions.com or www.strategicexceptions.com, or they can Google Illinois Minority Business Development Agency Business Center.
And you know what? We'll make sure we put that on the Wake Up Show's Facebook page.
That's good stuff. Terry, do you got to run? You got a few minutes with us, because I got another question for you.
I have a few minutes for you guys, of course.
So one of the sponsors of the Clean Energy Summit is Constellation.
Yes.
And we had Mr. Derek, Mr. Dwayne Pickett. Thank you. We had Mr. Dwayne Pickett on here last week from Constellation, and he's one of the sponsors of it. But Constellation benefited from Lobby Day. From what I understand, they benefited from Lobby Day greatly, and that was one of the reasons why they were able to get the government funding to really open up this whole thing for clean energy. So, can you speak to the importance of Lobby Day and or what has been your historical experience from Lobby Day?
Mike, And for me, I'm so happy that you guys had Dwayne on last week because it was really a great conversation. I learned a lot. I know the phones were lighting up, and I got feedback from others who learned a lot. So Dwayne will be one of our speakers at the upcoming Clean Energy Summit, along with, I mentioned, the other utilities. Nicor Winter Dallas will be there. Rebecca Loxley from Illinois American Water. We have Torrance Hinton from People's Gas Delivery. But Lobby Day is important because we all have things that's important to us. So Lobby Day gives you an opportunity to express those things that maybe we're concerned about, or things that we might just want to give kudos to those folks who make the laws and who are responsible for making sure that we get opportunities and that we get grants and all of those other things that you see coming down the pipe, like the Back to Business grant, the grant for restaurants, and you get a chance to share your voice at Lobby Day. So that's one of the important reasons why it's good to understand and know about Lobby Day and also participate in Lobby Day because we're business owners. We all have concerns, or we have great things that we're grateful for that have happened to us to help us grow our business. So Lobby Day gives us that opportunity, Mike.
Well said.
Go ahead, Gail.
No, I was going to say, I realized that last year, Lobby Day, when I was talking to Larry, I found out about some of the various grants that were going to be coming out for pre-apprentice programs and just development that is coming out of Washington, but the initiative has been started in Illinois. And I actually got one of those grants. My organization, the Women Innovation Group, actually has a construction pre-apprentice program thanks to information that I did get on Lobby Day.
That's a great example. So that shows you right there how important it is that you invest in Lobby Day, because not only did Gail learn something, but she was able to take advantage of that opportunity. And that's how it works.
Let me say this. I know I'm saying a lot, but I want to say this about Lobby Day. Sometimes we may not get everything we want at that first visit, but numbers matter. If we go there strong, 100, 200, or 300 companies, and say, we're going to keep this pressure up, we want to work with you, but you have to work with us. You are not a politician, an elected person to help the people, and then you won't help the people.
Yeah.
And so it's so important that we show up and show out.
And you know what? When we go down to Lobby Day, and it's one of the things that Larry Ivory talks about. When we go down to Lobby Day, we're talking to these people about economic equity. We're talking to these people about the tax incentives that are out here. We're talking about regulatory support, and we're talking about education and workforce development. These are the things that we need to bring back to our communities, because when the government begins to spend these tax dollars, we all pay taxes equally, and some people say minorities pay more taxes than everybody else does.
I agree.
Yeah, we pay what we don't have.
And so with that being said, the government is the biggest spender that there is in this country. We talk about how we spend as consumers, but what we really need to focus in on is, where are our tax dollars being spent, and are they being spent with businesses that look like us, that are ran by people who look like us? Because at the end of the day, Black businesses hire Black people. Those Black businesses are in Black communities. So when we talk about turning the ships around, improving our communities, that starts with economic empowerment. And if we're not going down to Springfield and making sure that we have a seat at the table, that we understand the laws, that we understand the incentives that are being brought down by the government, that we're understanding the set-asides that are being put in place for Black-owned businesses. And I'm saying, and I know that they're for minorities, but I'm Black, so I'm talking about Black-owned businesses.
That's what we're talking about.
If we don't begin to understand those things and how to access them, that's why when we talk about DEIA, the A is for accessibility. So if we're not getting access to these things, how are we growing our businesses? I'm tired bootstrapping, and people like to talk about how bootstrapping is like a badge of honor, and I did it all on my own, and I scrapped and I stayed up 16 hours a day, and that's how I'm doing it. No, stop it.
Yes.
I want to work smart.
Right.
Yes.
I want to get money.
Terry, go ahead.
Yes, Mike. You're hitting on all cylinders here, because I don't even like to use. I had a sign in my office that said hustle. I don't even like to use that word anymore. I don't even want to say hustle hard. Why we have to hustle so hard? There's opportunities. There's legacy. There's opportunities where we can leave. We're going to leave a legacy regardless. So why don't we leave a good one? You know what I mean? So you mentioned the Department of Defense. Some of these agencies are the Department of Defense is the largest purchaser of goods and services in the country. So at the summit, we're going to be talking about, if you don't know about certification, that's a tool to help you to be able to get contracts. Like Gail talked about, she got a contract with the state. Well, she had to prepare for that. You have to get that tool. You have to get that certification. So, Mike, I really like your energy and your enthusiasm today. I thank you guys for having me on. It's always a great conversation with you all, and I just really love this radio show and the information that you bring to businesses. So you guys just keep on keeping on, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later on.
Thank you, Terry. Great to hear from you there. And I'm just going to jump in real quick. Gail, you couldn't, you hit it, honey. It's when we show up with 200-300 Black-owned businesses in Springfield lobbying on our agenda, it hit different, right? And we have meetings all year round with high level, mid level, and as we say, from the suites to the streets, right? But when we show up like that in full force, and business people suited and booted, ready to be about it, it just hit different, okay? And when we're there, we're talking about everything that we've mentioned already there, but uncovering opportunities is another big point there. For example, a lot of Black-owned businesses, a lot of businesses don't really know what opportunities to do business with the Department of Corrections is. Okay?
Oh my God! Yes.
I hear the music, man. We're gonna do a break, and then we'll come back and we'll dig back into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Wake Up Show.
Mike, and we also have Miss Gail Newcomb of Your Business Expert and Newcomb Consulting. So, She just gave me that look.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead. Go ahead. Correct me. Correct me. Fix me.
No. I wanted to jump back on what LM was talking about, but go ahead.
Okay, hold on. We're going back into that, and I need you guys to hold that for just a second. One of the other things that the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce is doing is bringing small businesses to the table for the DNC 2024. So,
all right.
The Democratic National Convention is happening in Chicago, Illinois. Now, listen, we are not a political talk show. We are not a political organization. But as Lord Mike said earlier on in the hour, we are about Black businesses. We are a business-centric organization. And we are, one of the things that we're trying to do is get contracts, get money into these Black businesses because these Black businesses do what? They affect our communities, right?
Absolutely.
Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce was invited to the table, and this past week we had a procurement meeting with the organizers for the DNC, and the main thing that they talked about was how Black businesses, small businesses, can get some of this money. I'm sorry. Let me use the right wording. Where small businesses can participate in the procurement process for various services and activities that are going to be going on in and around the DNC.
So what I hear is more money.
And if I could just real quick, well, because pardon my French, but I need to get to the bag as a businessman.
Come on now.
I remember distinctly, well, first off, I MC, when we were approached to do this meeting with the DNC, that was the first time it really clicked with me that there are business opportunities to do business with the DNC. That kind of just blew me away. So I'm so happy that we're uncovering that and we're sharing that with our constituency and everybody else. But I remember just before COVID hit, one of our dear friends and partners in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin, Reuben Hopkins and the Black Chamber of Commerce up there, the state chamber up there, they were actually going to host the DNC, okay, for the last cycle, okay. Mm-hmm. And when I talk about, it didn't even really click for me then how many different business opportunities were on the ground just because the DNC was coming to town. But I mean, they were about to shut the town down, man, from a business perspective. And of course, COVID hit. So I'm going to just put it there. It's real business going on. But please tune us in. Where are some touch points of getting in tune with the DNC and getting to the bag, MC?
So check this out. You may be thinking that your business has nothing to do with the DNC, okay? And I'm gonna unpack this a little bit for you. So number one, last time the DNC was in town, okay, there are a lot of events that happen in and around Chicagoland that is not just the convention itself. So, for instance, there's a beautiful winery. Look at this, free shout out, Bronzeville Winery. So last time DC was in town, they rented out the entire Bronzeville Winery. They paid for absolutely everything. And so, but how did Bronzeville Winery even get involved? See, now here's the plug. You better write this down or you better check our show notes. Chicago2024.com. Chicago2024.com. That's where you go to sign up your business to be considered as a vendor for the DNC 2024. So, what kind of businesses can sign up? Guess what? We got delegates coming from all around the country. So that means that some of those people are going to need to be moved around. So we're talking about livery services, all right? We're talking about security services. We're talking about Buddy Love was with Buddy Love, our co-host. He was with me at the meeting, right? Mm-hmm. And he has a distillery. They have their own brand of vodka and whiskeys and things of that nature, right? So one of the things they told him is, at our venues that we will be having around the city of Chicago, we can have your business there being the bartenders for our event. So that's just another small nugget of where a variety of businesses can participate in the DNC 2024. So you should not be thinking that, oh, well, I don't do anything political. I don't do any printing like 25 Mike Printing does. I don't do any. I just had to throw that in there.
Plug for 25 Mike.
Right. Plug for 25 Mike Printings. There are so many different nuances and you don't know unless you register. And what's going to happen is that they're going to reach out to you and let you know what you could participate in. And guess what? If you are certified, they're looking for minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses. And so if you have your certifications, that give you even greater leg up. And guess what? If you don't have your certifications, I just happen to know a company that can help you with this process called Gail Newcomb, your business expert. You would go to, how would you get in contact with you, Gail?
You can call 708-231-4363, or you can go to the website, gailnewcomb.com, and send me a message. I want to go back to, you said the type of companies. One of the companies that make a lot of money when any of these political people come in town, everybody love to eat and eat good food. And it's a great opportunity for you to plug into the chamber, and we can walk you through getting your certification, making sure that bidding, if you have locations, being open to say, hey, my location is open for private meetings for the senators, for the congress people. Contact your local senator and congressperson and see if they need a space to have a meeting at.
That's right. That's right.
You want to engage. It's not about being political, it's about getting your bag. And for you to do that, you're going to have to know the people that we're talking about.
Yeah. And how do you kind of get through having to do all that legwork yourself?
Yes.
You connect with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce,
That's
and we
right.
are the conduit to opportunity and success. So hit us up on our website, ilbcc.org. Check out our socials. I just saw that super producer Donna Ray had up on the screen here the actual site for a second there. So if you punch up at the Wake Up Show Chicago, you'll be not only able to chat with us and build on the show with us, but you'll be able to see some of this beauty and this magnificence that is in front of you. You understand where I'm coming from?
That's right. And one of the awesome things, you know what? You was talking about me one. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just
No,
saying,
he wasn't talking about you.
All right, all
I
right.
mean, he noticed I got a fresh haircut. That's what it is. And one, what, and that's so important. To both of you alluded to connecting with the chamber and for your venue, because the meeting that we had the other day, they reached out and they connected, right? And
That's
we
correct.
had and we discovered, or I discovered, the Urban Lux Cafe on the south side of Chicago, and that's where the meeting was located at. So just like Gail said, you have a venue, you got a space, you need to connect with the chamber, because your event place, your space can be paid to be used by the DNC, by small businesses, by the chamber, by the senators, by the congressmen. There are going to be events going on all summer long in the build up to the DNC. So
and
listen,
it doesn't have to be in the city. You can be in the suburb
yes, you can be in the suburbs as well. So that is definitely one of the important things, and that's why I'm so excited. 2 years ago, I wasn't involved with the chamber, and since then, since getting involved with the chamber, I've gone down to lobby day. I've participated in lobby day. I've gotten a greater understanding of how the laws, how the people that I vote for, how they affect my business, my family, and the community around me. We bring in interns every single year, teaching them graphic design, teaching them how to work on wide format equipment and stuff. And what happens down in Springfield affects my ability to do these things. I couldn't have imagined sitting at the table with senators and congressmen. Because of my engagement with the chamber, with the Illinois State Black my relationship with the chamber has been very beneficial, but it's not just my relationship. I know many other business owners, Gail, Buddy Love, and so many other people who have benefited from their relationship with the chamber, so this is
And don't think for a second that this. I mean, Mike, MC, what I'm hearing is that you've been able to level up and you've been able to take your business to other dimensions, and you've been able to really access opportunities and relationships that you weren't accessing before. And that's not to say you weren't a great company to begin with, but when you get with the chamber, when I say that the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce is the conduit to success for your business, it's all those mechanisms, it's all those different components. They all become entree to you, okay, as a business owner. So it's in your best interest. It behooves you. You would be remiss if you did not get in tune with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, even at the base level. Okay. And just once you put those boots on the ground with us, and if you come to lobby day, it's going to hit different.
You know what? While I got this while we got a couple minutes left, I see we got Joseph on the line. He's been holding. So Joseph, why don't you come on and wake us up this morning, sir?
Well, bro, you couldn't say one thing no better than that. But God bless all of y'all on this show, especially that young lady you got. Let me say, I'm talking kind of fast, but you got to be listening real fast too. Here we go. Now, the DNC gonna be here less than 6 months. I can go back as far as the first DNC I remember was 1968. I'm an old man, Rich Davis. Then on. So I'm 71 years old. Listen, we're gonna have to jump down this thing like Freddie Brown. Freddie Brown was a man who had a transportation service a long time ago, and all he did was make money. So what we can do is to get ready to set up the transportation service and do a thing from like New York to California, New York to LA, or from Texas to Minnesota, or where else. Let's get on this money thing. We call it a money train. So here's the deal. Now, what we can do is we can stand around, make this money, or stand around and let these ugly little people that came over here from 8 countries over and let them make the money, or whoever. The young lady that's on the show, I got to get her information because I don't have a chauvinistic bone in my whole body. Some men are scared to respect, give them like compliments to like intelligent women. A very intelligent young lady on there, so I get information. Here we go back to this transportation thing again. So I plan to work the DNC and the Republican Commission over in Milwaukee too, because I've been in the transportation business in Chicago for the last 45 years. Never had an accident. I've never been around. So taxi, limo, the bus service or whatever. So, hey, young man, so you remember I called you about a couple of months ago and told you about the $100 billion that's going to bring to Chicago in the next 10 years?
Yeah, hey, listen, I got to wrap it up. You got 20 seconds. Oh, he jumped off. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's all right. That's all right.
In the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, go to our website at ilbcc.org.
You know what? Gail, give me that phone. Give me your phone number one more time. You said I got to get that young lady number.
Okay, it's 708-231-4363.
And listen, something we're gonna do. I'm make sure this gets done by tonight. You can check Facebook for this show. You can check YouTube for this book. I mean, Lord, you can check YouTube for this show. We're gonna add into the show notes all the contact information. Yes. We're gonna tell you how to contact Gail, how to contact
Terry,
how to get information on our cruise, and how to even contact 25 Mike Printing for any of your printing needs. So we're going to wrap all that up. Thank you for listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago. Peace.
At the Wake Up Show Chicago. At the Wake Up Show Chicago.
Mike Stevens on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis on the stand, setting the record straight, fighting for her credibility and fighting to stay on the